here celebrating kind of a partnership between the Water Board and the Upper Gunnison River Water Conservation District. Conservancy District. It literally is Eric, Sky, Frank, and Joe figuring out where this thing goes. So when I first broke into cloud seeding in '99, it was the end of an era. There was 100 weather mod researchers at the Bureau of Reclamation in Lakewood. But they were like, okay, we've done all this R&D, everyone's unemployed. And right when I broke into the field, there was no money and all the feds left. But what I learned from everybody before they moved on was that you could not put a seeder in a hay paddy down in Gunnison and get your silver to go up and over a mountain and be effectively cloud seeding. So I read a bunch of studies, I talked to all the pros, and they said, no, what you're doing in Colorado doesn't work. So either fix what you're doing or don't spend state money on it. And at that point I was like, dang, okay, well, let's fix it. And from that moment on, I've been looking for strong local leaders, and I can't say enough about Frank Kugel, because in 2003 they started a permit to cloud seed in Gunnison like several water districts did because of the drought. You know, Denver Water came online, Gunnison came online, some more permits down in the Southwest came online. But just about a year or two ago, the funding was being administered by the county, Gunnison County, a woman named Jane Wyman, who left. And then I just said, Frank, can you step to the plate and help manage this program? And he said, sure. What do you want to do? And I'm like, well, we got to revamp it. We got to do a better job. So at that point, we took some CWC money, some water supply reserve fund money, and we had just finished putting 2 machines on the Grand Mesa. Then Frank applied for his own pile, matched it with us, and then we kind of sat down and looked at weather models and data. And 2 or 3 years prior, we went ahead over to the ski area and dropped $35,000 and put up a really nice weather station. The weather station has wind direction and a specialized piece of equipment called an icing rate meter. It's basically like, it looks like a capital with a little probe on the end, but when icy clouds pass it, it collects data. So after a full season's data, we saw that everything that landed at the ski area was coming out of the west or a little bit from the southwest. So then we had the data to say, okay, cool, conventional thinking is high elevation along your predominant storm track coming east-west in a 5 to 15 mile ring upwind of a strategic area you want to hit, which in this case is the ski area. So then we asked Frank, you know, get your county GIS parcels, Eric, get your county GIS parcels, and where can we go to avoid federal land and get private land but get up pretty high. Well, I had no idea that they had 10.7 around here, so we landed here. It looked good on a map, and when we went out here, we were like, holy mackerel, we're out here. But if you want to hit Crested Butte with some silver-made snowflakes, this is the spot. It's directly upwind, we have the data, and it fits in line with everything that we're saying. And then I'll let Frank, we did a lot of great work, talk for a while, and then I think a few people should actually try cloud seeding and turn this machine off and on. If you ever wanted to do that, today's your chance.
And it'll snow in Crested Butte.
Yeah. Oh, I want to do it. I want to see if I can mess up those people sitting down there.
So yeah, Joe gave a good overview of this site. We looked for places that were high elevation, that were 5 to 10 miles upstream, upwind of a target zone, and this just jumped out at us. Wanted to have it on private property so we didn't have to deal with EA and Forest Service issues. Wanted to have a good view to the west, a good funneling source, and it doesn't get much better than that. And this area routinely gets 400 inches of snowfall a year, so there's an awful lot of snow activity, storm activity in this basin. So we wanted to take advantage of that and target that Crested Butte, Upper East River, Slate River basin. And we've got a great support group in our basin, a great group of stakeholders, the Crested Butte Mountain Resort, Gunnison County Stock Growers Association, the various water districts, small water and sand districts have helped contribute $1,000 to $2,000, some just $200. but we've got about a dozen different stakeholders that have helped fund this effort in conjunction with Gunnison County and the Upper Gunnison River Water Conservancy District. So, but Joe has been just an incredible resource for us. We are so appreciative of his work in our basin. Without him, this wouldn't happen. So we're really pleased, and with the CWCB funding, we were very grateful for that. So thank you for your support.
I'll do a quick, it's on your sheet, but some of the things I like. So in Idaho, they had similar issues, which was Idaho Power Company is a $2 billion a year company. They started making their own machines, and their state said, you know, we have a lot of little farmer-run programs. Can you work your way up the snake and start helping with better machines? So I talked to my friend Sean Parkinson, and I said, can I buy one of your seeding machines? And he said, we sell power. We don't sell cloud seeding machines. But we spent a year on the phone with the attorneys and kind of figured it out. And 20 vendors are used to build these, and they sell them to us at cost, which is $35,000. And then it takes about $15,000 for the Idaho Power guys to come out with a truck with a big crane on it. They hold this center tower in place and then assemble all the legs and put all the pieces and tubing on it. But Frank and I were here and we put it up in 3 hours. This machine went up in 3 hours. So some of the features I like about it is that it has a really nice atomizer, which it's this big round oval thing with it's kind of rotated, but it's meant to spit it out at a specific perfect rate of 20 grams per hour. This barrel up top rotates around in the wind so we can point it at Jerry Sonnenberg in that direction. I had to go for that. That was Jeff Basler. Jeff Basler told me to do that. The barrel swings around so that wind won't blow it out. So it's kind of a shield. So when the wind's coming from this direction, it'll swing around so that your flame won't go out. It's designed to be modular. So behind this black fabric that's Velcroed is a control box, and down here's a control box. And so if things get bad, you can just go up there like a Lego and clip it out, take it back to the shop, clip in a new one, and just kind of not have to be working in this kind of environment when your machine goes down. These are 8-gallon solution tanks, 3 ganged in series. So you have, 24 gallons of solution sitting there. Behind it are 2 nitrogen tanks. The nitrogen's used to push it up and pressure it up. So what's going on is propane and the liquid solution go up the 2 separate tubes. The silver solution is sprayed across the flame, and then it vaporizes silver. Silver iodide is a 6-sided particle when burned. So if you think about what a snowflake or ice crystal looks like, water vapor remains vapor to -40 unless it has something to bond to. So these orderly 6-sided particles start bonding water vapor and building those little facets, ice crystals. So what we're making is little baby ice crystals that float along in storm and collect more vapor than fall out as snowflakes. And it's very Harry Potter, I get it. But that's the theory behind what we're doing here with the cedar. And I think, what other features did you like about the cedar as we went through it?